Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Fluffy Man with the Pizza Department, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about Season 2 of Diablo and is it worth picking back up? Is it worth trying out again? I know that Season 1 was a bit rocky and preseason was a little bit rocky, but let's go ahead and find out if Blizzard is starting to make a comeback with Season 2. So, starting with the quest, there really isn't too much special about the quest. It'll kind of introduce you to the new area, it'll help you get started and just kind of explain what's going on. But very similar to Season 1, it's not really gonna be super exciting. There won't be a long special story with it. You can probably complete it in like an hour or two. But it is a good introduction to the game for Season 2. So the first big new feature is the use of vampiric powers. What it is it's like a glyph system. You can have five equipped at the same time. You'll use potent bloods to upgrade them, which is shared between all characters. You can apply different resources on your gear to allow access to these. Each one does have a cost, but essentially it's like legendaries. It adds new effects to your abilities. So the second new feature is the Blood Harvest Zone, similar to Hell Tides, except these are permanent, except they do rotate around the map. You'll use these areas to collect blood lures, potent bloods, and keys. So blood lures, you can use them to activate certain events, even get like certain elites to complete whisper missions. You'll use this area primarily to level, collect your bloods to upgrade your glyphs, and to find gear. Certain events will yield a lot of legendaries. You can use that to gear out real quickly. I found I was able to fully legendary my character out pretty early in tier 2, so it's definitely worth paying a visit. You'll also need to do this area to collect materials to summon a boss. I won't spoil that for you. So speaking of bosses, I'll show you on the map here. So you'll have like the Hall of Pennant, which you can get from collecting resources. You can also get one near the tree, the Malignant Burrow. It'll summon a boss fight. And these bosses do have a pretty good chance of dropping uniques. This one here, the Gaping Crevice, has a high chance of dropping uniques and a very good chance of getting Ubers. Took me about 6 tries to get my first one. You will need certain resources to access these bosses. Each one can be farmed in like the Blood Harvest Zone, doing Nightmare 30 dungeons and farming other bosses and Hell Tides. So one of the new changes that I really like is they've reduced how much it takes to level. You don't feel like it's like a full-time job leveling anymore. You can level pretty quickly. You can even like get your Ashes of Cinder from the seasonal to help even speed that process up. So accounts or alt characters will feel like they're going pretty quickly. Your first run won't feel too bad. When I got my first level 100, honestly, it didn't feel like I had to spend a full time job doing it. I just played the content, did the bosses, and it just gradually came at a good pace. There is still a little bit of a grind to it. I mean, it is a dungeon crawler. It's kind of expected and comes with the territory of the game. Also, another thing I do like is like how the glyph system works with vampiric powers. You do need to relevel those powers while you're playing through the game. However, the resources to do so is shared through all the accounts. So once you do get your first character up, they're going to max out their vampiric powers pretty quickly. So all that saved ones will come pretty fast for your other characters. So you don't really have to worry too much about getting those leveled up. So all in all, the leveling experience is pretty fun. There's still a little bit of a grind to it. So one of the coolest things about this season is they made more um, styles of play. Like you don't just have to go with a meta build or have to go online lookup guides to like make good progress. So like my rogue, I decided I wasn't gonna use a guide this season for leveling and see how high I can get. I was able to destroy all the bosses and able to get to Nightmare 80s before I had to actually like really get down and start looking into my build. I just wanted a build to go super fast, do damage, and move, and I was able to achieve that. Also, other classes, you're starting to see more builds from them. Like I've got a buddy who's playing a lightning build as a sorcerer instead of your standard frost build. So there's just more variety, and it's been really nice. So in conclusion, I do think that the new season of Diablo is definitely worth picking up. with them fixing how like builds work, how much time you need to actually spend leveling. And they've actually added quite a bit of in-game content with the new bosses. There's a bit more to do. It is still a little bit grindy here and there, but definitely worth checking out. I think Blizz is taking the steps in the right direction. Also, something cool like they did, like even though they have a battle pass, it's not pay to win, so I think that's worth a mention. But appreciate you guys watching. It's been Fluffy Man. See you in the next one.